do some modifications here. Oh, let me put that down. Wait for some people to get here. Hopefully some folks are watching this here on the replay. I'm gonna make this the best I can. That's not the best. Maybe that. Let's see. Yeah, it's not too terrible, I guess, right? Wait for some folks to get here before we start the party. This isn't a party. I'm not sure if this chair is high enough. I need a booster seat. The germ is not very tall. So we got one person here. Maybe I should use this other chair, I'm thinking. Bad planning on my part, huh? Wonder if... Be right back. This is better. This might be better. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're going to use this other chair instead. Hold on, guys. Hang in there. There we go. This is going to be much better. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody is well. Got my iPad here, so as we go, I can answer some questions for you guys if you guys come on. Am temporarily back at work, so that's good. Kind of part-time right now. So anyone who doesn't know, the germ is from New York, and not New York City, but close enough. I'm an hour and a half away. And just like the rest of the country, the coronavirus is huge, and we're not working too much right now, so it kind of sucks. We're allowed out. We're not stuck at the house, which is good. Cuomo hasn't done that to us yet, which is nice. And we've been allowed out of the house, so we can go to the grocery store. We can go, no mall. That kind of stuff is closed. But kind of living a normal life as much as possible, still able to drive on the road. And for now, just read something about the grocery store limiting access on Sunday, so they're gonna only allow a certain amount of customers in the aisles or in the grocery store now, and the aisles are directional now. You can only go one way through the grocery aisle, so this way they keep everybody flowing in the same direction. This way people aren't passing each other constantly and interacting with each other, which I think is good. So yeah, it's going to be interesting on Sunday or Monday going to the grocery store, because my local grocery store is going to be doing some interesting changes. They already put up these plastic spit guards or breathing guards or whatever right at the registers. Now there's arrows in the aisles. The deli's closed. Meat is there sometimes. Like the rest of the country, there's no toilet paper and paper towels. So it's interesting to see that. We're going to try our best to stay safe out there, man. Living in New York right now is not fun. We're dealing with what the rest of the country is dealing with on a much larger scale, unfortunately, right at the moment. And I was able to go back to work on Monday, but kind of part-time, so kind of sucks. But did get to take a little advantage of this. I don't know if it's taking advantage of the situation, to be honest, because they put something on Facebook Marketplace the other day. I found a person selling in the town next to me a game system. They were selling two of them, separate posts, and I was able to pick that up. And I'll tell you guys the story in a minute, because the story gets insane. What I got. Yeah, where are you guys from? That's my question. So yeah, our situation here in New York is different. I'm not in New York City, but I'm an hour and a half outside of it, 90 miles. I'm right in between Albany and New York City, so it's interesting to see. Okay, New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, I could see this happen in New Jersey as well. But for now, we're still going to work. So I was on Virginia. Okay, interesting. So it'd be definitely different and interesting in different states, I'm sure. And Baltimore, Maryland there. So we got New Jersey, Virginia, and Baltimore. Pretty much the East Coast in the house. No Florida. We need some Florida people. So I did go yesterday and meet up with somebody. It was kind of, you're like, do I do this? Do I not do this? I always ask, you know, hey, how are you feeling? You feeling all right? Yeah, I'm feeling good. Okay. You know, it sucks because that's like a false sense of security, even asking somebody, but I think it's kind of a habit. And the girl was feeling okay. I felt okay with it. So I proceeded to meet up with this girl, and Facebook Marketplace, man, what a wonderful thing that thing is. Um, Found some awesome game pickups, and when you guys, if you guys watch this video to the end, you'll see what I'm talking about, because I'm gonna start off with the mild stuff, of course, and I'm gonna get into it. So I met up with this girl last night. I met up on Facebook Marketplace. She had two things on Facebook Marketplace. Um, she had a original Xbox system, which I had no interest in at all because I have two of them back here. They sit. I don't even plug them in. And so I didn't even message her about that. And then she had a Nintendo 64. Now, every time I see a Nintendo 64 pop up, either someone puts a stupid price on it, like, you know, 150 bucks, and it's just a charcoal gray one, or they just, you know, there's a couple games with it and they think it's worth a fortune. You know, this girl put this Nintendo 64 up. Okay, you ready? For 50 bucks. $50. Oh, and I just dropped it. Okay, well, I had an N64 that I paid less than 50 bucks for, but it just broke. So I picked up Nintendo 64. This is insane. Okay, you guys ready for this? I picked this up last night around 10 o'clock. Okay, she was asking 50 bucks. I always negotiate a little bit. $40. Got this for 40 bucks last night. And it came with Pokemon Stadium events. And I've never played this game before. Not really interested in it. I'll probably throw that up on eBay and my eBay listing. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Got that for 40 bucks. And I was talking to her, you know, if you're a gamer, the first thing you always ask is, do you have anything else? So I want to tell you guys what happened with this. I actually messaged the girl, and what she said to me, she's like, "Well, was lit on eBay. I'm sorry, on Facebook for about 45, maybe 50 minutes." She said, "I'm actually waiting for somebody to pick up now. If they don't come in the next 10 minutes, I'll let you know." 10 minutes later, I got that message. Obviously, met up with her, got it for 40 bucks. And all the wires, one controller, did pretty awesome. It's a common one. It's got the expansion pack, which is cool. And it was just, what an awesome deal. So then I got into, I said, hey, you know, do you have anything else? Nintendo, Sega, you know, anything. And she's like, you know, I got a GameCube too that I'm going to be putting up on Facebook tomorrow. I said, why don't we do this? I said, why don't you, instead of putting it up, I said, we already met. You know who I am. You feel comfortable with me. And I said, what do you want for it? And she goes, I think she said $40 or $50. She said 40 bucks. I don't know why. I said, so I paid 40 bucks for that N64. She said 40 bucks. I said, well, you know what? Instead of putting that up on Marketplace, I said, why don't I just buy it from you? I said, do you have any games to go with it? And then this is what I did. I said, I'll tell you what, why don't we just do this tonight? I said, I'll go home. I said, I'll come back in a half an hour. We'll meet up. I'll buy this purple N64. It's got a different name. I forget what the technical name is for the purple Nintendo. Sorry, GameCube. I keep saying N64. And yeah, picked that up. Okay. She was asking originally 40. She thought she had like 5 or 6 games. It turns out she had 18 games. So she asked me for an extra 10 bucks. When she started rattling off the games, I said, no problem. So you guys ready for this? These are the games. Unfortunately, this is a theme of this. No cases with this thing at all. No, she had no cases, which sucks. Got Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I'm not gonna rattle them all off to you guys, but got that. Marvel game. Not a big Marvel guy. Got Sonic Gems. I think that was worth like 20 bucks. She mentioned this one to me. Again, no case. Dang it. Mario Sunshine. It's like a $50 game. I tested it out last night. It worked perfectly. Just no case. Mario Sunshine got with this. This is insane. Pokemon Coliseum. So I got that. Eternal Darkness. Got Sonic Adventures 2. There's a game that I don't care about. Pac-Man World 2. Sonic DX. No cases for any of these. It sucks. How is it in quarantine? I mean, dude, look at this. I can play video games. I mean, come on. You know, the first week really sucked, not having anything to do, and I painted in my house a little bit, cleaned up some things, did some things, took care of things in the house, and we're not really technically in quarantine, so I can't really say that. We are. Sonic Mega Collection. If you have a GameCube, man, pick this game up. This game's fun. Blood Drain. You got Final Fantasy VI, which I thought was going to be worth some bucks. It actually ended up being worthless. Clearski, what's up, buddy? Everybody check out Clearski the Creeper. He's an awesome dude. He's a big Simpson fan. And he needs to get a P.O. box so we can correspond together. So this way I could send him some germs in the mail. He probably doesn't want the germs from New York right now. Yeah, you too. Stay safe, Clearski, man. It's crazy out there. Resident Evil 0. And unfortunately, I never had this game, but this is disc 1, so I'm thinking there's probably a disc 2. And then she also gave me Resident Evil 4, disc 2, no disc 1. So that sucks. And then Spider-Man and Turok. So, yeah, some cool games. And then one game that no one cares about, NFL 2K3. That isn't even the worst game. Here's the worst game. Shamu Deep Sea Adventures. So, got Mario Sunshine. Cool game, right? I paid $50 for all that. That is a killer deal. Absolutely killer deal. Hello, Deb. Deb in Vegas. Does that mean Deb in Vegas is from Vegas? I wish I was in Vegas right now. Man, this sucks. So, I got home with the GameCube last night. Before I left the second time, I swear to God, my girlfriend thinks I'm cheating on her. She asked me where I was last night. She had to work last night, and she goes, where are you going? She goes, I'm going to go meet some girl to pick up a Nintendo 64. And then, yeah, I'm going to meet a girl. Actually, where I met her was in this first time in McDonald's parking lot, and then I came to her the second time, and I met her in a strip club parking lot, because it was the closest thing to her house, which I think is funny as hell. But, yeah, I this time today when I met her again, I met her this morning again at McDonald's, and then I met her later on after my 2-hour shift today at work. Yeah, long shift. I met her at McDonald's again, so I met her at McDonald's twice today, and she sold me her whole collection. So the next time I went to go meet up with her, she told me something else she had, and I'm gonna skip that item because that is the best, and I want to skip that for last. But the last time I met her, she gave me a huge collection, so I'm gonna skip to that. So the last time I met her, we got the Nintendo 64 on the first pass, one game. Second pass, same night, got the GameCube from her. Okay, then this morning I met up with her, got one console with 8 games that I'm not revealing yet because that's the cherry on top of the sundae. So we're not gonna mention that one yet. And then the fourth time I met with her today, I brought my girlfriend with me this time. I said, listen, Jenna, you gotta come. I said, you gotta come. I don't want you to think I'm doing anything stupid or bad. You gotta come with me. She believes me. She trusts me. But, oh, excuse me. Got that Stella. It's hit me. I said, just come check this out. Come with me so you don't think anything's going on. And so this is what I got. I don't have one of these, so I thought this was cool. I had no desire to get one, but I don't have one of these. And I got all the wires for all these things. I'm not showing you guys that because there's no point. A Genesis 3. So I thought this was pretty cool. A little sleek model. This thing's tiny. I mean, I got... Oh, this is dirty. This is my regular Sega Genesis. This is the Genesis 3. Look how big this thing is. And then you had the original Genesis, which I got all the way back there. I don't have that hooked up. I don't know. The Genesis is becoming kind of pointless because all the games for the Genesis are on the GameCube. All the games that I like, the Sonic games, man. So, they keep putting them... I have them on the PSP. I have them on the GameCube. I think they even put them on the Switch, which I didn't get. I didn't pick that up yet. I got to pick that up eventually. So, back to what I was picking up. And I cleaned all this stuff. I took alcohol, wiped all this stuff down, washed my hands real well. When I met with her the fourth time, we're skipping the third time, Dreamcast. Okay, so this pickup that I'm about to tell you guys, I paid $50 for all this stuff. So I paid 40 for a GameCube. I'm sorry, I think I paid 50 for a GameCube with 18 games, $40 for a Nintendo 64 with 1 game. Then she later on gave me another set of games. So the Genesis 3, the Dreamcast, and I'll show you the other stuff. Okay, was $50. Okay, so $50. You ready? This is what this got me. OG NES. Now I got one of these, but you know, so I'll take it. This is the best pickup I've ever gotten in my entire life. I can't believe this. So unfortunately, the girls tell me, you know, she set these prices. I asked what she wanted, so I didn't negotiate with her at all, except for the N64 the first time. She was just giving me some great prices. So you know what? When you're getting good deals, you know what? There's no... Hello, New Jersey. I love Jersey. I'm a big South Jersey guy. Check out my Wildwood videos. You probably like them if you've ever been to Wildwood. This was awesome. So I got one of these, and I got a couple. I got a couple games with that. And then, okay, you guys ready for the cherry on top? This is insane. I never had any desire to get one of these. Never owned one. Never thought about playing one. I remember playing one in the Danbury Mall, and it was either Sears or Montgomery Ward. I played this in Danbury, Connecticut. And I remember when this came out. Let's see if anyone can guess what this is. I'm going to give you the slogan. No one go online and Google it. I'll give you guys about 10 seconds to try to figure it out. Their slogan was do the math. Okay, so what console was that said do the math? Okay, I'll give you guys a couple seconds to figure that out. This one's crazy. I got, I think, 8 or possibly 9 games with this console. A console I never thought that I would ever own in my life because of how ridiculously expensive it was. I've played it literally one time, and I have cleaned it. She said it worked, and she said that if anything doesn't work, return it. I'll give you money back, no problem. So the only thing I tested out so far was the GameCube. She sent me a video of this console working. Do the math. Does anyone know the slogan? What company? Let's see. Nobody's answering. I don't know if we got gamers in here. Do we have just random people? Is Clearski still in here? Who's still in here? Do the math. Eight people watching. It's funny. The phone says 8. The iPad says 7. All right. So, giving it up. You ready? So, I know someone's watching this on the replay later on today, and they're going, oh my God, I know what that is. Oh, who got it? Let's see. Not a gamer. Okay. All right. Cool. That's all right. Just checking it out. All right. Jaguar system. How crazy is this? A Jaguar system. This is freaking insane. So for $50, I think it was either 40 or 50. I'm losing track of it now. I picked up the Jaguar. What else she gave me with that? She gave me a whole bunch of, no, was it? I think it was $40. She gave me the Jaguar 9 games. You ready for this? That console is worth like $200. It's insane. And then she gave me all kinds of insane games, right? She said this was her favorite, Alien vs. Predator. I watched that one. I checked it out, Metal Jesus Rocks, last night. And AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd. Okay, 2 totally different opinions on this game. It looks awesome. I can't wait to play it. This is the one that I played back in the day when I was a kid. I think it was 1995 or 96. I was 15 or 16 years old. Was this Cybermorph game. And it's known for this really annoying image that comes up in the corner of just a green head. And it just keeps repeating every time you crash. Where did you learn how to fly? So got that. Wolfenstein 3D. I've never heard of this game. This game I watched last night. It actually looked pretty good. Iron Soldiers. So if anyone's played that for the Jaguar, and it's funny because they got these they got these little handles on top. You know, it's awesome. I've never knew anybody with these things because this console was so expensive. It was like, if I remember, it was either $399 or $499 for the Jaguar back in 95 or 96, which is insane to think about. You know, think about what an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 cost. Now, even when they came out, they were like $399, I believe, if I remember right. So back in the mid-90s to charge that, I got a Ninja game, and then that's half the pile of the games. Girl had some amazing games. Zool 2. I don't know what that is. Zoop. I guess they like the opposite end of the alphabet there. I heard this is really good. I heard this is one of the best versions of Doom. The one downfall I heard is that there's no music for this on the background, but I heard the sound effects are awesome. Yeah, and that's it. That's all the games for that. So look at that. That's like another $200 worth of games there. And she gave me this thing. She made the price. She made the price for this thing. So when I met up with her the 4th time, and I got the NES, the Genesis 3, and the Dreamcast, she also gave me a bunch of Genesis games too. She also had given me one more of those Jaguar games. I don't remember which one it was, but most of those games were like, whatever. She didn't even give me a Super Nintendo, but she gave me Killer Instinct and Primal Rage, and then I got Super Mario Brothers 3. It's in the console, and Super Mario Brothers 2 from her. So those are cool. And then she gave me 2 more games at that point. Hexen. Okay, I've heard of it, never played it. And I never had Nintendos growing up. I was always a Sega guy. Nightmare Creatures, got that. So we got 3 N64 games out of the deal. Then she gave me also like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about, I don't know, 10 Sega Genesis games. Most of them, about half of them are sports games that nobody cares about. NHL All-Stars, no one cares about that game. Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition, that's a pretty good game. I'm not into fighting games. Mortal Kombat 3, I do like the Mortal Kombat series. This is a weird game. Looks like a Genesis game. Zero Tolerance. It's like one of those weird looking ones. $4.99 was the price, huh? Isn't that crazy? $499 for the Jaguar. Ghostbusters. I heard Ghostbusters. The games are known for sucking. I think the one for the Switch was probably the best one that was released. But up until then, this was probably the best version of Ghostbusters. I know it really was really bad for the NES. I have that. I actually have that signed by James from AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd. He signed one for me. But yeah, this is probably the best version other than the Switch version. And then this was, out of all the games, I have this already, and I haven't tested this out, but this game's worth like 60, 70 bucks. It sucks that the labels are torn up. I do have a complete copy of this game, so this is the second time I got lucky. What is this? Turtles? It's not Turtles in Time. It's who's good with Genesis games? I can't remember the name of it. This is one of the best Genesis turtle games ever to exist. I actually got a copy of this for $2 complete with the owner's manual and everything. Like maybe 6 months ago, which is insane. You know, that's why if you're a gamer, you just got to keep looking, keep up with this stuff, because you know what? Eventually you come across things and you got to be quick. I missed out on another deal this week. I was going to meet up with this guy and he was going to come to me. I collected Nintendo geez, I can't remember the name. The Wii systems, but I only want brand new ones. So I got a brand new, it all started, I got a brand new white one at Goodwill one day. Brand new in the box, never opened, never played. Got an awesome deal on it. Then I got a brand new Wii in the box, like brand new, never used. Styrofoam still inside it. You know, they were never plastic wrapped or sealed, but these things were brand new, you could tell. I've watched unboxing videos, so I know what they look like. And then I got a black one from a guy that posted one on Facebook locally, and I kicked myself in the butt for not picking this one up. A couple months ago, I'm sorry, 2 years ago, a lady posted a blue one, which is hard to find, brand new in the box, and I just couldn't figure out how to meet her, man. She was about an hour from my house, and her schedule was exactly the opposite of mine, and she just would not cooperate, and I could not get the thing. So the other day, a red one popped up 3.5 hours away from my house. I was like, oh my God. The guy's like, all right, if you pay full retail what I'm asking for, I'll sell it to you and I'll come to you. I was like, dude, yeah, done. Unfortunately, I said, can you hold it for me? he couldn't come until Wednesday. That was Monday. Tuesday night he sold it. So I would have had that. I would have had that red one, and I would have been down to just getting that blue one. Now I'm halfway there. So rest of the games here. Nothing sensational. I mean, Hardball 3. These are things that, like, literally they're like landfill material. Bowls 3D. Fighting its bulliest. And then we got a couple NHL game, NHL 96. And then we got apparently a hockey fan, Hockey 93. This was a great game. Sonic and Knuckles. I love this game. Unfortunately, it's missing that flip cover there. So that kind of sucks, but I got it. That's a pretty good game. Oh, there's 2 more N64 games here. Turok. Black cartridge there. And Biofreaks. This looks weird. That looks like that could be fun. I'm going to have to check that out. I have to clean... I've cleaned the outside of the cases with alcohol, but I have to go through all these and swipe them before I swab them before I put them into my N64, because my N64 is clean. So I'm going to have to do that. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I got some awesome games here, man. So, super psyched about that. Let's see if you guys any comments. I think I've answered everything. So yeah, blast from the past, man. Got some awesome games. Just wanted to show you guys those pickups. Very rare. My trophy here. I can't wait to hook the Jaguar up. I'm going to be playing this thing all night. Unfortunately, we got one ridiculously looking controller. So I'm going to have to pick another one of those up. Looks like it does support 2 controllers, which is awesome. And, yeah, we're going to have to pick one of those bad boys up, and we'll go from there. I mean, another thing that sucks is it's got a coaxial cable, man. Oh, I can start now. Okay, all right, guys. Now Johnny Lux here. We're gonna start the video now. Yeah. So we're just going over everything, Johnny. We'll start all over from the beginning. No, we're not gonna do that. Listen, watch the replay. Watch the replay, and check it out. Look at the TV. I've been talking so long that the TV stopped playing. Oh my God! Hello from the Bronx, New York City. What are you doing? Oh man, you gonna infect the germ, or is the germ gonna infect you? Oh my God, New York City's rough, man. My Chase Bank rep is from lives in Queens, and she won't even come out of her house, man. I feel bad for her. It's rough there, man. You be safe. Be careful. If you guys haven't heard too, the whole thing with New York City, man, they have tractor trailers at the hospitals that they're putting bodies in. The refrigerated ones, those frozen ones. It's an awful situation, man. You know, listen, guys, this is you know, I'm gonna give you a little advisory here. This is real. You know, you know, I would say China had it the worst, China and Italy, and then New York, man. And this, listen, be safe. Wash your goddamn hands a lot. Stop touching your face. If you go to the grocery store, you pick something up, buy it. Don't freaking pick it up and put it back, man. This shit is so real. It's not even funny, you know. People are dying. You know, when hospitals in New York City start getting tractor trailers to fill up with for bodies, dude, come on. This is no joke, man. And you know, our healthcare providers, you know, the nurses and doctors, man, the RNs, man, they're right on the front line. The police, the paramedics, man. I got a about 2.5 miles away from my house. I got one of those COVID setups, man. At the hospital, about 2 miles from my house, 2.5 miles. It's crazy, man. Yeah, the lowest death cases compared to what? The rest of New York City? I heard it's not good out there. I was thinking about doing a New York City YouTube video, man, for you guys. I was gonna stay in the car, put my GoPros on, and do a video, just drive around, show you guys what it's like in Times Square. And I don't think I'm going to do that. I really don't. I don't think I'm going to put my life at risk to make a video. I don't think it's worth it. It's too crazy out there, man. This stuff is real, you know. And when they start closing businesses down, and you know what, last week we were making a plan at my job. If you guys don't know what I do, I work at a car dealership. We were making a plan at my job, and Cuomo said, "Hey, you have to come. You have to have. You can operate with 25% of your employees in the building." And we just finished the schedule, and the very like next morning, they went to, "Hey, you're non-essential. You guys are closing." That was it. Just went like that. As soon as we got that schedule, they went like that. The only people who are allowed there were counting. And then the next week, we finally got approved to sell cars again in New York. And you know, it's funny because I know you guys think, a lot of you guys probably think a car dealership is non-essential, and I can't really disagree with you 100%. But one of my first customers was a registered nurse that her transmission blew, so she needs transportation to work. So you know what? GameStop, that's non-essential. You know, the grocery store, that's essential. You know, it's a lot of businesses closed, man. Restaurants closed now 3 weeks ago. You can only do curbside pickup in New York State. In the whole state of New York, you know, I consider one of these restaurants that are in my town, they're like family, you know, and there's a pizzeria down the road from my house that these guys have some of the best goddamn pizza I've ever had. They're not even opening, you know. One guy, they had to lay off 40 waiters, waitresses, and cooks. You know, and it's not just affecting them. And keep in mind, they were a week ahead of everybody else not working. This shit is real, man. It is serious stuff, man. It's nothing to mess around with. So, listen, if you guys are still able to go out to dinner and enjoy that kind of stuff, the movie theaters are closed. These small businesses, a lot of these businesses, they're not going to bounce back. You know, it sucks, man. We were in my hometown here. We're going through like an economic boom here. A lot of new businesses were opening. There was a lot of new construction. They're building a sake factory. All stopped. The FDR presidential home, that was getting renovated. Legoland in New York, which is an hour from me, that got stopped. That was opening up July 4th, 2020. That was opening up in July. That's now pushed back to 2021. There's no way, if they were opening in July, that Legoland, there is no way that they would have been able to build that Legoland and continue building it when they're not essential. Essential construction's still open. I'm not an expert on this stuff, so you know, if I'm wrong, you guys can tell me. But from what I heard, essential construction, you know, they're building hospitals. Like we have a hospital, Vassar Hospital, that's essential. That's a construction. That's essential. Um, Low income housing, that's considered essential. Highway construction, that's essential. You know, there's a lot of non-essential stuff. Let's read some of your comments here. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Ghost town there. Okay. Are you wearing gloves when you go out? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Cause you know why? Cause I'm not gonna let this live my life like this. I don't wear a mask. I'm not wearing gloves. I go to the grocery store, and I would say it's probably about 50-50 on who's wearing, on people wearing gloves and stuff like that. Our local grocery store has been opening up an hour early for seniors, and that it's, I don't know about, and where are you, Clarissa? You're in Washington State, or why can't I remember? I know you're in. Jesus, why can't I remember where you are? I think it's Washington State, isn't it? But the grocery stores open up an hour early for the seniors. Our sorry, we had a little issue there. Looks like we're back. Yeah, the like I said, the grocery store's been opening up an hour early for the seniors. I think it's anyone over, I don't know if it's 55 or 65. Kid going there and shop early, which is nice. Deli's closed. The aisles effective Sunday going through the grocery store are one way, so they limit contact between other people. And then they said on Sunday they're going to start limiting the amount of people that are in the store, in the grocery store at the same time. So they're gonna have people at the front door. The grocery store by my house has, like most grocery stores I think, has two entrances. They have like one on the left and then one on the far right. The one on the far right, like in most stores, grocery stores are set up the same way. That's all produce. The produce section's open, and they're gonna close the other side down to count how many people come in the store. Deli's closed. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Klersky. You be safe too, man. But like I said, the masks are like 50-50 in the grocery store. 50% of people are wearing them, some aren't. You know, I think the paper towel and toilet paper thing situation is the same all in this whole entire country, which, you know, Jen and I, I think in the last like 10 grocery trips, we saw we saw toilet paper one time. And there was only I think 2 or 3 packages on the shelf. And I said to Jenna, I said, we don't, you know, Jenna agreed with me. I think we're on the same page. We don't need it, so we're not going to buy it. So we just left it there for somebody else that needs it. Now, whether someone who buys it is going to need it or not, I was going to be that decision maker because, you know, I don't know what's in their house and I have no control of who buys what. But I decided not to buy it, not to be that person that's going to, you know, stock all this stuff. I'm going to stock up on video games. That's what I'm going to stock up on. And I'll probably die hungry. So hungry with no toilet paper and paper towels. But I'm not wearing gloves, man. I see these people. And Jenna was talking about it too. Everybody here, 50% of people are wearing masks and gloves. It's like the new norm. You know, I don't know what it's like in the rest of the country, but here it's like the new normal thing to do is just put the gloves on. And these people are so dumb, man. A lot of them they put the gloves on. They go to the grocery store. They touch all the shit in the grocery store. Then they go get in their car and they either do one of two things. They get in their car with the gloves on and the same mask and they bring all that shit they took in from the grocery store into their car. Or the other thing we've been seeing a lot is I didn't see much of it until like the last couple days. Is they take off the gloves in the parking lot and they throw them on the ground. It's disgusting. I saw that at the post office today when I mailed a couple things. Am I losing weight? I don't know, man. You know what? I've never cooked so many meals in my entire life since, you know, probably since I first started dating Jenna, because when she's gonna hate me if she's watching this, but when I started dating Jenna, you know, we used to cook for each other a lot, and I don't cook that much anymore. I love to cook. I just don't have the time anymore, and I don't know. I'm probably eating healthier. The dog's like, stop walking me. He's like, I want to stay home and go to sleep. Stop putting my leash on and taking me for walks. This poor this poor dog's been on so many damn walks, and my neighbors even say, you know, from 6 feet away, like, I've never seen your dog outside so many times. You know, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. You know, usually we'd go. You know, my daughter's over this weekend. We'd go to the movies. We'd go roller skating. Maybe we'd go to an arcade. We'd go do something to a museum. We'd go do something fun. You know, we're gonna go, bike riding or a walk. That's what life is like right now in New York. You know, that's what you could do. I mean, there's plenty of parks by my house, and she's 12. She's still playground into the playgrounds. We're not going to the playgrounds. We're just not taking the chance for that anymore. We just, now let's go for a hike. So definitely getting more exercise. I think it's funny because I think most people were saying how they were going to gain weight, and I knew right away if I stayed home I was going to lose weight. I don't eat that much. Every morning I wake up now, I go downstairs, I have a bowl of cereal, and I start my day that way, and then I take the dog for a couple laps around my house, which is a third of a mile around. So we go for 2 laps, and then later on in the day I take him out for another 2 laps. Getting a lot of exercise. So just walking around, it's just, you can only play so much of this stuff. It's fun at first, but it gets old quick, It gets real old real quick. Yep, you always gotta have time to have fun, man. You gotta have time. And I got plenty of stuff here, man. I got all these games. Got pinball machines over there, you know. There's stuff to do. There's stuff to do. It just sucks, like my one of my best friends, Jay, I haven't seen him. He calls me all the time, and I feel bad for him. His roommate right at the beginning left and went to Florida, and he's been alone for the last 2 weeks. And he actually went he got sick about 2.5 weeks ago, and because he works at a hospital, even though he's not a nurse or a doctor or anything, um, they asked him after he got better to stay home. And then finally he today went and did the corona test, and I've now heard of a couple people that have done the test. I saw one person do it on YouTube when they first did it. in Rockland County that I did not know, and I watched, and I was like, holy shit, I'm staying away from people because I want to do that. And I have a bad gag reflex. And if you guys see what they do, go on YouTube. If you want to see what they do, it's bad. They take this thing, looks like a Q-tip, very thin, and they stick it in your nose, and that thing hits the back of your skull. um, my friend, one of my friends' wives did it, and he said that she was in so much pain, and they said before the nurse put it in her nose that if you feel like you have to grab something because of the pain, grab the steering wheel. And so that's crazy. You know, don't grab me, grab the steering wheel. And then my buddy Jay told me today that he went and did it, and he was gonna. It's funny because he thought about calling me because we could have done a YouTube video, but I can't be near him because if he has it, I don't want to get it, and I don't want to give it to Jenna because I love her, and I don't want to give it to anyone else because I love you guys and I love everybody else. So I don't want to give somebody the virus, and he thought about it, and that's why he didn't call me. But he thought it would make a cool video to see it, and he said that, dude, he felt so bad because he blew snot out, and he said, dude, it was so painful, you know, for that half a second to go through that, you know, sticking that swab up your nose, and oh, I felt, and you know what's crazy is I've heard from two people now that went to two separate locations. One went to Kingston, New York. One went to Poughkeepsie, New York. That there was no line. There was like nobody there. I don't know what the point of getting tested is, to be honest, because you know, besides not going to work, we're all pretty much non-essential. So if I get sick, I'll probably I don't know. Do I get tested then at that point? And then I because I'm not really already going to work. I mean, I'm going to work part time, and obviously, if I was sick, I wouldn't go back to work for 2 weeks. But then after 2 weeks, what's the point of getting tested if I already had it? I mean, does that sound stupid? I don't know. I don't want to sound like an idiot, but you know, I mean, you know, my buddy Jay, we can't hang out. Yeah, I heard the new test is coming out that where it's going to give you an answer within 5 minutes. It's you know, it's the only way to be safe is if you're a traveling YouTuber or nomad, you know, do this alone. You got to do it alone. So, you know, it's a bad time. You know, who could have saw this coming? You know, I was starting to look for a house. You know, I mean, you know, it's you know, it pushes everything back in life, man. I'm gonna be 40 in June. You know, and I feel bad. I talked to somebody today, and you know, I talked to one of my other neighbors yesterday, and I feel bad, man. Her daughter is graduating high school. You know, no prom, no graduation. How much does that suck? You know, this is her year, and she doesn't get to do that. You know, she doesn't get that thing that everybody else got to do. You know, had a customer today that was getting married in May. Not anymore. Um, you know, you're planning your wedding for a year and a half, and you can't get married. Your relative dies. You can't go to their funeral. You know, it's insane, man. You know, I mean, you really don't know who this is going to affect. You know, Jenna's mom, you know, she's right in the front line. She works at a grocery store, you know, and you know what? The other day, I said thank you to some of the people that work at the grocery store. Listen, guys, don't just, you know, if you guys know somebody that's a nurse or a doctor, thank them. Thank your police officers, you know, your council members on your town board. The people that work at the grocery store, I think that, you know, when I first thanked them, it sounded kind of ridiculous, but you know what? They appreciate it because you know what, dude? They're at my grocery store. The people that are working there are not wearing masks. They're not wearing gloves. They're most of them aren't. Okay, they're ringing up your groceries. They're stocking the shelves, and they're right there on the front line, man. So you guys can eat. So me and you can eat, and they're helping us out, man. You guys, you know, it's you know they're putting themselves on the front line. And a lot of people are walking in those stores, man. You know, they're right there on the front line, and it's not like the hospital where these guys are wearing masks and gloves, even if they are being recycled. Man, I mean, I know those people are, you know, I have a lot of respect for them because they're dealing directly with the people that have the virus, but at the grocery store, they don't know who has it. It's crazy, and they're touching the shit and put it on the shelf, and people touch shit and they put it back, and like it drives me nuts, man. I watched it today when I went to the grocery store. Are there good deals on cars now? I could tell you that the companies I work for, we have three different brands, technically more than that, because one of the brands has several brands within the brand. Um, and they're doing the brand that I work for is doing 0% financing for 84 months. It's 0% financing for 7 years. And I'm not gonna say what vehicle we sell, but um, pickup trucks, on a $50,000 pickup truck, 84 months worth of financing is like $10,000 in interest, depending on what your credit is and what your bank's lending is interest rate wise. Regular conventional banks and credit unions, I haven't seen them drop the interest rates, which is insane. One of our sister stores, they're also doing 0% as well for 84 months on most of their vehicles. And then our other store, I'm not sure what the terms are, but they're doing 0.9%. It's not the dealership, it's it's called what's called, if anyone's interested, no, it's called a cemented program, and it's cemented through the manufacturer. And instead of getting the rebates, you're basically getting the interest rate, which is really the same thing, man. Be honest with you, is if you're like average person, most people take on a 5 or 6 year loan or a 7 year loan, they don't pay ahead. They pay their car payment every month, and that's all they can pay. We're also doing no payments for 90 days. I think most card companies are doing that, so there's a separate form I fill out for that. And yeah, it's just a pretty good deal. And people are buying cars. I can tell you guys that we sold. Oh, I think by Saturday we have maybe 10 cars out this week. So people are buying vehicles. You know, and we need you guys. You guys. This is how. Just like a restaurant, man. You go in there and you get curbside service. Support those restaurants. Buy pizza. You know, get your Big Z from your restaurant. Order some sushi if they're open. Get some curbside because these local guys that need it. The only thing I've seen busy is the grocery store and the McDonald's drive-through. That's it. We could still walk into McDonald's, which is insane to me. Um, and order stuff. You just have to stand a little further back. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like it's so weird, man. It doesn't seem real. Like I feel like the first not this week, but last week. I think last week when I wasn't working for the whole entire week and I was sitting there and I was painting my steps in my house and I was painting the walls. I have leftover paint from the last time I painted. I felt like I didn't have a job anymore. I felt like I was unemployed. It was the weirdest sensation by like third. Actually, to be honest with you, by like Tuesday, because I normally work Saturday, and Saturday I remember I did a video on it. I closed the door. I turned off the lights, locked the door behind me, and I said, I don't know when they're coming back. I didn't think we were going to be back in a week. But we had a whole entire week off, and I had Sunday off, Monday off, and by Tuesday, man, I was already still starting to feel like I lost my mind. It was just the weirdest sensation not going to work. And then you have these other people on the other hand that work at the grocery store and the nurses that are doing just the opposite. Maybe they were working 40 to 45 hours a week, and now they're overworked. And in the grocery store, they gave our local grocery stores gave everybody raises. Stop and Shop, I think, increased the pay by 10% for everybody. And then ShopRite did an extra $2 an hour hazard pay. So it's freaking crazy. And then Jen and I were talking today, and she's in the veterinarian field, and they're talking about some states are talking about enlisting veterinarian, veterinarians and veterinarian technicians, to work for hospitals to help out. They're filling out questionnaires to help out and to work at a hospital, asking them how comfortable they feel to work on a human. You would never think that, like, they were pulling out. New York State was pulling out doctors that had retired in the last 2 years, and your license expired to practice for being a nurse or a doctor. New York State was pulling these people aside. We need you. We need you. We need your help. We need you to work. So I mean, I thought that was good, man, and I'm sure a lot of people come out of retirement to do that, and now we're doing the same thing with they're looking for veterinarians and stuff. And Jenna and I had talked about this before, and the difference between what a doctor makes and a veterinarian makes, and they basically go to the same schooling. They it's very serious. And Jenna's not a veterinarian; she's a veterinarian technician. But this is a possibility. They could possibly ask her to come and work at a hospital, which sounds absolutely insane. But you know, it's not time. It's not time to be selfish, man. I guess if you can help out, it's, you know, a whole different thing. Johnny, look, Johnny. Well, then you know what? I would ask you to come paint my house, man. But I hate painting too. You know, I'm getting sick of this blue. But I think I'm gonna leave it, you know, until I move because I'm not gonna do it again. But this is the basement. This is the game room. Upstairs, it's a nice gray, and I'm sick of painting too. So that's why I think I start stuff and then I don't finish it. But yeah, we're rambling on. This was supposed to be a game video. You know, I want to give a shout out to a company, but I'm having trouble remembering their name. Um, I got 2 free half gallons of milk the last 2 weeks from a dairy company, and they're awesome. What's today? Friday. It was either was it yesterday? Thursday. I waited in line for 50 cars back because dairy company was giving away free half gallons of milk, and damn it, I can't remember their name. And I made a video on it. If any of you guys want to check it out, first time I did it, because we appreciate it. Not that there's not any milk in the store, because that's one thing I have not seen a problem. There's been plenty of milk in the store. These guys just did the right thing. They put their milk in a glass bottle. They don't want the bottles back. These glass bottles look like they could cost $1 a piece, which doesn't maybe sound like a lot, but when you give away 1,000 bottles of milk and you're giving away your bottles, your time, and your milk, it's a lot of money. You know, go back and watch that video. You know, the generosity of some of these companies that are out there like that, to do something like that for the community is very much appreciated and supportive. And if you're local, and you know what video, thank you, Dutch's Creamery. Thank you very much, Don. My memory's terrible. And these guys, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of them. I will definitely go on my way to go buy your milk when things go back to normal, even if it's more expensive than normal milk. And I know that's not what you're trying to achieve by giving it away, but Dutch's Creamery, you guys are awesome. And the people that were giving away the milk were so friendly, and the owners, and such nice people, and I want to thank them. If you're local to this area, Dutch's Creamery milk is sold at Adams Fairacre Farm Stores, which there's one in Kingston, New York, Poughkeepsie, Wappingers Falls, Newburgh, and I think they're building one in Middletown. So definitely check out Dutch's Creamery. The milk's actually really, really amazing too. So you guys all be well. You all be safe. I love all you guys. Okay, I am the Germ signing off. Usually I say like, share, and spread the germs, but don't want anyone spreading any germs right now. But I love you guys. I appreciate the support. Got some other videos I can edit out, and we'll figure something out. Okay, you guys all take care now. Be well. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.